Hi friends, this was our previous simulation that we managed to hook up, and we wrote the code in Arduino IDE. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how we can improve our code. We are not going to tamper with the hardware arrangement. The way we have hooked up an LED, we don't have a problem, but I'm going to show you how we can improve our code. So let's go back the code. Let me first pause the simulation, then we go to the code. So this was the code. This is the code that we wrote. We had to set pin 13 as an output, and we had to turn on that LED using this command, delaying for 1 second, that is 1000 milliseconds. Turn off the LED, delaying for another second, and the program was just running like that. One may ask to say, what's wrong with the program? Because the program is doing exactly what we wanted or intended it to do. Okay, the only drawback of using this method of programming is that, look, we have 13 here, 13 there, and 13 there. If for example I ask you to say, okay, I'm no longer interested in pin 13, what's so special about pin 13? I want you to use pin 11 as an output, not pin 13. So what we will be required to do, we will have to change manually. Wherever you see 13, you type 11, which is very tedious. Yeah, let's try to do that. So we now change it to pin 13, sorry, to pin 11 from pin 13, like that. So we are going to just go direct to sketch and export compiled binary. So we wait for it to compile and generate that XR file. Okay, so it's done. So I can come here, simulation, click there, and we upload. Okay, yeah, we upload it like that. So you are going to observe one thing. So when I turn on, the LED is not turning on. Okay, the LED is not turning on. Why? Because it's still connected to pin 13, and in the code we've changed, we are now using pin 11. So we're going to stop the simulation and connect this to pin 11. So we take it to pin 11 like that, then we try to run it. Okay, oh, now it's working. So we've changed it from pin 13 to pin 11, and it's now working fine. Okay, let's go back to our code. So we've seen that, yes, one method we can do is by just manually changing wherever there is 11, you put, for example, 13, then we'll go back to our initial code. Now, this is a tedious way of doing things. The best way of doing this is by declaring a variable. We call it the variable as integer, and let's name it LED pin. We give it the name LED pin. Okay, let me use capital letters LED, light emitting diode pin, and we set it equal to 11. So what this simply means, then we terminate. What simply this means is that wherever you see 11, you can now replace it with LED pin. This will help us much when we want to change the pin from, for example, pin 11 to pin 10. We don't need to manually change this in the code throughout. We'll just change right from the top here. So let me show you this. So we copy, and now we replace wherever there is 11, we put LED pin. So wherever there is 11, we now put LED pin or LED pin, like that. Okay, so by doing this, actually we are doing the same thing. Like I said, we are saying, oh, we are telling the microcontroller to say, can you leave some space for integer value, and that integer variable is LED pin, and please can you store this value 11 in this lead pin. So whenever this guy now sees lead pin, it interprets lead pin as pin 11. So let's just go to Sketch and export the compile library, and we test the program. Okay, to make this more practical, let us reduce this delay to quarter a second, that is 250 milliseconds. I think this will make more sense. Then we go to Sketch and export compiled library. So we are expecting to see the blinking to be faster than before. Yes, because the delay is now small compared to the initial one. So because I haven't uploaded the new code here, I'll show you the blinking. So this is the blinking. I haven't uploaded the code, so this was our initial blink. 1 second. Now let me upload the code now, the new code. So I go there, then double click there, just say okay there and run the simulation. So if now we run the simulation, you can see that the blinking has changed. It's now blinking faster. Okay, so that is quarter a second. So it has worked. Yeah, it has worked. For example, if we want now to hook this to pin, we hook it up to pin, want to hook it up to pin 10, like this, pin 10. So all we just need to do, of course, we need to go back to our code. Now instead of editing wherever we see lead pin, we just have to edit right on top here. We put 10 and compile the sketch. Sorry, export the compiled binary, so it will recompile again and generate the exa code or the exa file. Okay, then just hit there. Okay, so we have already put it on pin 10, so you just have to double click there. Okay, and get there, double click there and say okay. So run the program and it runs perfect. So that is the other method of using it, which I recommend should be practiced on, and we should be using this method because now we are making even our program to be readable. Thank you very much for your time. May God bless you. I'm your friend Kalonga Samson. See you.